He was fearsome and physical, and if a player somehow got past him, they probably considered themselves to be one of the lucky ones. Hello again, and welcome to the Fifth Quarter Show Legends. My name's Rick Zamprin, and I can't wait to tell you about the latest in what has been a long line of legendary players, coaches, and front office gurus that made an incredible impact with the Hamilton Tiger Cats. I've met the majority of the icons that have been featured on Legends, and today's ranks among my favorites, not only as an all-star player, but as an awesome person as well. Today's fifth quarter legend is Ben Zambiasi. Born August 19th, 1956 in Valdosta, Georgia, Benjamin Ray Zambiasi would eventually become one of the most talented and revered players in Ticats history. Zambiasi attended Mount DeSales High School in Macon, Georgia, and was one of the key players that helped the school win 3 state championships. He went to play linebacker for the University of Georgia from 1974 to 77, led the Bulldogs to the SEC championship in 1976, was a 3-time All-SEC player, and he shattered all kinds of records for defensive tackles and still holds Georgia's all-time record of 467 tackles and has 3 of the top 10 single-season tackling records, still to this day. In the 1978 NFL Draft, Zambiasi was selected by the Chicago Bears in the 10th round, 271st overall. The same draft that included Pro Football Hall of Famers Earl Campbell, James Lofton, and Ozzie Newsome. But the Bears didn't keep him around past training camp, and midway through the CFL's 1978 season, Zambiasi made his way north to Hamilton. Wearing number 47, Zambiasi debuted with the Tiger Cats on August 23, 1978, a 36-8 loss against Ottawa. Now, at the time, the CFL did not keep track of quarterback sacks. In fact, they didn't do so until 1981, and they didn't keep track of tackles until 1987. But Zambiasi was a tackling machine in Hamilton's second line of defense. He played in 10 games that year, recovered a fumble, returned an interception 44 yards for a touchdown, and was named a CFL All-Star in his rookie campaign. Zambiasi had arrived, and he was just getting started. He switched to number 31 for his sophomore season in Canada and had another outstanding year, so much so that he won the Most Outstanding Defensive Player award after bringing down virtually every ball carrier that ventured near him while recovering 4 fumbles and grabbing 1 interception. As a team, the Ticats finished 3rd in the East in both 78 and 79 and were eliminated in the division semifinals each of those years. In 1980, Zambiasi made 3 interceptions and recovered a fumble and earned his 3rd straight All-Star award, while Hamilton improved to 8-7-1 and won the East. The Ticats beat Montreal 24-13 in the East Final to earn a trip to the 68th Grey Cup versus 2-time defending champion Edmonton at Exhibition Stadium in Toronto. The Esks were too good on that day and blasted Hamilton 48-10. Edmonton would go on to win it all in 1981 and 82 to become the only team to win 5 consecutive Grey Cup titles. Zambiasi was the runner-up for the Most Outstanding Defensive Player award in 1981 after making 4 sacks, recovering 2 fumbles, and returning 1 of his 3 interceptions for a TD. Hamilton was an impressive 11-4-1 and topped the East for the second year in a row, but they were upset by 5-11 Ottawa in the Eastern Final. Zambiasi made a career-high 4 interceptions in 1982, returning 1 of them for a touchdown, along with 4 sacks and 1 fumble recovery. And he followed it up with another great year in 83 with 2 sacks, 2 picks, and 2 fumble recoveries. Yet the Cats lost in the East semifinal in 1982 and the East final in 83. The Ticats went 6-9-1 and finished in second place in the East in 1984 and bumped off Montreal and Toronto before losing 47-17 to Winnipeg in the Grey Cup. Zambiasi earned an East All-Star nod after making 7 sacks, 1 interception, and a fumble recovery. The Cats found themselves in the Grey Cup again in 1985, thanks in part to Zambiasi's 2 sacks, 3 fumble recoveries, and 3 interceptions. The 8-8 Tiger Cats won the East and mauled Montreal 50-26 in the Eastern Final, but came up short again in the big game, this time against BC, falling 37-24 against the Lions. As most Ticats fans know, 1986 was a season to remember, and Zambiasi played a big part in the team's success that year. He had 3 picks, 2 fumble recoveries, and 2 sacks as Hamilton went 9-8-1 and rallied past Toronto 59-56 in an epic 2-game Total Point East final. Despite playing in their 3rd straight Grey Cup, the Cats were 12-point underdogs against the 13-4-1 Esks. But Hamilton would not be denied. Zambiasi made 6 tackles, 1 sack, and recovered 2 fumbles as the Ticats trounced Edmonton 39-15 for their first championship since 1972. Hamilton tumbled to 7-11 in 1987, and they were knocked out in the East semifinal in what turned out to be Zambiasi's last season in Steeltown. His stat line was 51 tackles, 4 fumble recoveries, 3 sacks, and 3 interceptions, returning 1 for a touchdown. The following year, the 32-year-old Zambiasi signed a free agent contract with Toronto, but he appeared in just 6 games, making 18 tackles and 2 picks. When he retired, Zambiasi had appeared in 4 Grey Cups, won 1 ring, 1 Most Outstanding Defensive Player Award, and 6 CFL All-Star nods. I'd say that is pretty impressive. Ben Zambiasi, who was selected to the Georgia Bulldogs Team of the Century, added to the Ticats Wall of Honor in 2002, and inducted into the Canadian Football Hall of Fame in 2004, is a true legend. Thanks for watching the Fifth Quarter Show Legends. The series finale will drop next Thursday, the 26th and last legend to be featured. And all I can say is that we're going to go out with a bang. Until then, Oski Wee Wee.